everyone, it's Liv. Welcome to another episode of the Swatch Show. Today we are going through the Spring Summer 2024 Quick Dry collection. This is the Rise and Shine collection. We're going to walk you through all of the shades, tell you all about them, show them to you in the bottle, show them to you on a swatch stick, and then walk you through some of their most similar color cousins slash siblings so that you can get a better understanding of how these colors will fit into the rest of your Olive and June collection. So like I said, it's the Rise and Shine collection. The color palette was very much inspired by the stunning color situation that happens when the sun rises. And it also is so perfect for spring and summer because everything is starting to warm up and I'm just a much sparklier, happier version of myself, I think, when there's a little bit of sun in the sky. So excited to see how y'all take these colors into the next couple of months, and let's get into it. So starting up here, we have Kitten, which is a neutral grayish. It's a putty kind of gray beige color. We've got Fragula, which is a strawberry sheer jelly. We have Gelato, which is a very sweet pastel pink. We have Lagoon, which is an aquatic blue-green pastel. We have Flamingo, which is a nearly neon hot pink. We have Wildest, which is a wild magenta purple pink. We have Buttercream, which is a milky sheer white. We have Crown, which is a shimmery bubblegum pink. We have Freshwater, which is a neutral white pearl shimmer. We have Sunny, which is a sunny pastel yellow. And then we have Cape, which is a pinky orange. And last but certainly not least, we've got Berries, which is a semi-sheer raspberry iridescent shade. So I will pull these. Let's get into the color comparison and let's see where this crazy episode of the Swatch Show takes us. There are 12 shades in this collection, so I hope you have like a snack or a yummy sip happening near you so that you can kind of enjoy and hang out with me. So here we go, the Swatch Show. All right, I have no idea what order these are in, so let's just have fun. There's a lot of Italian in this collection, which may or may not be an ode to our amazing head of product development, Anne, who does live in Italy. So let's start with Fragula, which is the Italian word for strawberry. And the cool thing about this collection is there's a lot of kind of nods to colors in the existing Olive and June universe. So let's see if you can spot them. The first one is strawberries are in season right now. This is another sheer jelly pink. And we thought Fragula, being Italian for strawberry, was a nice kind of nod to strawberries are in season right now. We also have Candy Dipped, which is a jelly sheer red. Jelly Baby, which is a jelly sheer pink with iridescent flakes in it. And then we also have this lettuce is Radicchio, which is a sheer magenta jelly. So if you love to play with jellies and you love to layer, I think these are gorgeous on their own. They make your nails look like little Jolly Rancher hard candies, but this is a must for sheer lovers, no question. Moving right along, we're going to Wildest. This is another one that's a bit of a nod to the existing Olive and June universe because we of course have a shade that is similar to this color that exists in our long-lasting formula, which brings me to something to always remember, which is that even the same Pantone in a long-lasting polish is never going to look the same in a long-lasting formula as it does in a quick dry formula because our quick dry formula is a little bit thinner of a formula generally. It's part of what helps it dry in about a minute, while our long-lasting formula is a bit thicker. So if you're someone who loves Wild Orchid and you're thinking about skipping a color like Wildest, definitely don't skip it, because it's going to be a very different experience. Plus, if you need a magenta mani in a hurry, you're going to need Wildest. Wildest is a little bit brighter and pinker than Wild Orchid too, so it's definitely not the same shade, but pulled XOXO, which is more of a hot pink. We have Biggest Bow, which is a bit deeper, and then Diner Date, which is more of like a hot pink with a little bit less purple. I have so many swatch sticks here, y'all. It is crazy town. Okay. Next, we're going to do berries. This is a raspberry iridescent sheer. It's not quite as sheer as Fragula, for example, but it is sheer. So I'm going to pull some similar pink sheers here. We've got strawberries are in season right now. This lettuce is radicchio. I also wanted to pull, let's pull That's Amore, which is also an iridescent sheer pink, but you can see it's much lighter. It's a little bit more sheer than berries is. And then we've got Lily Blooms, which is a much deeper magenta shimmer. Bouquet, which is an iridescent pink in the quick dry family, but it is not sheer and it's more of a mid-tone pink. And then why not? Let's bring some more classic friends in here. Should we do Pink Goldfish? Okay, so Pink Goldfish is wild in this assortment because yes, it's an iridescent, but it looks almost like white in this lineup. But if you love iridescence, this one's going to be a great one to play with, again, because it's semi-sheer. You can layer it. It looks stunning on its own. Just so much room to play with this one. Okay, we come to Flamingo. So here's Flamingo, nearly neon hot pink. Closest comparison is probably going to be Hot Strawberry, which is from our 2021 summer collection. Also bringing in Cherry Crush. So you can see all of these are kind of neon pinks, but they're all very different types of neon pink. Flamingo is a little bit darker, deeper. Hot Strawberry is a little bit, has like a bit of yellow in it, I want to say. And then Cherry Crush is a much like deeper red pink. But we'll bring in Diner Date to see another hot pink, as well as XOXO for another hot pink. And like Hot Strawberry and Cherry Crush, Flamingo has that kind of matte dry down that is common in a lot of our nearly neon shades, and that's because there's so much pigment necessary to achieve that kind of neon look. So always remember to apply top coat so that you get that shiny effect with Flamingo as you would with Hot Strawberry and Cherry Crush. Alrighty, here we go with Cape. The inspiration for Cape was, it felt like a very Cape Cod, Maine kind of lobster sort of color. So that was the vibe that we were going for there. So I pulled a lot of corally shades here. I've got Stinson Sunset, BI, Perfect Pinwheel, Wild and Free, and then Glow. Again, if you own any of these colors and you think you don't need Cape, think again, y'all. It's a much more orangey version of Perfect Pinwheel, but it's definitely much pinker than Glow, Wild and Free, or BI. And even next to Stinson Sunset. And when it's sunny out, there's nothing better than a coral petty that dries in about a minute. So this is going to be a must for me all summer long. Okay, one of my favorites from this collection, and another little Olive and June inside joke here. This is Buttercream, which if you are a fan of our long-lasting polish, particularly the shade Icing is the Best Part, we thought Buttercream was kind of a sweet nod because they're both sort of toppings of cakes, and so they kind of talk to each other as their little counterparts in the quick dry and long-lasting universe. So then here's Beb, which is a little bit more of a warm-toned, milky white, whereas Buttercream and Icing are a lot more cool-toned. And then because it is the Swatch show, which is a show we used to do live on Instagram, I thought I could just go a bit rogue here and introduce a couple more shades, just like we used to do back in the day. Here's CCT, and then here is Strawberry Scone, which is a cool toned sheer pink, and then CCT is a sort of more blushy sheer pinky beige. But Icing is the Best Part and Buttercream are pretty closely comparable here again. So if you're looking for a sheer milky white mani in a hurry, Buttercream is going to be it. Love this. This is like a cloud palette I want to live in forever. Also HD, which is of course our long-lasting white. You would also be able to do a comparison with Swan, which is our quick dry sheer white. Quick dry, oh my gosh. Quick dry, crisp, kind of opaque white. Excuse me. Y'all should see that, like, the tote that I now have that carry all these Swatch sticks. It used to be like a little pouch, and now it's absolutely massive. All right, here is Lagoon. I'm obsessed with this color. I'm so excited. We have been waiting for this one to launch for so long. Probably, this is good news if you are a fan of Berry Basket. Closest comparison to Lagoon is probably going to be Berry Basket. Lagoon is a little bit more green than Berry Basket. And then here is Honest and True. Getting a bit wild over here with Parakeet, KMC, and then Angelfish. Angelfish is a total shapeshifter of a color because it is quite pastel blue, but it does have that little hint of green in it, which is that little special something extra that I think makes Olive and June so special. But I would also bring in, let's see, we'll do BP, can bring in Corrigan to make things a little crazy. And then I also, let's see, we can show you Minty, which is here, and then Sleeping Bag. You can see they kind of make Lagoon look a bit more green when they're by it, and then when Lagoon is near blues, I think it sort of picks up a little bit more of the blues. So we'll do BP. How am I gonna abbreviate Corrigan? Yikes, not my best work, y'all. But there is Minty and Sleeping Bag. Min SB. I'm obsessed with this color. It just feels like spring break. Spring break I did not go on, but spring break, my mani went on spring break, but I was here. But I love this color. It's so neutral, even though it's such a fun kind of pop of color. And Berry Basket, if you did love it, was a limited edition shade from our Farmer's Market collection. All right, another shade that we know y'all are gonna be so obsessed with is Freshwater. It's a neutral pearly white. And let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's do Frosted Gloss. And the main difference between Frosted Gloss and Freshwater is the same kind of main difference between Atlas and Frosted Gloss, which is that these two are neutral pearls that don't have any kind of like blue or green reflection to them, whereas Frosted Gloss reflects kind of blue-green. Baroque is another pearly quick dry color, but this one is a much warmer kind of pearly color that has a different, it doesn't reflect blue-green, it reflects more like pinky purple. But if you've ever seen a pearl in real life, you know that they can take on all these different kinds of shifts in the way that they present. So it creates this really beautiful kind of pearl universe. And then icing is the best part. Bringing that in, you could also bring in Buttercream to show that icing is the best part. Freshwater and Atlas are much more neutral, which means they don't shift one way. And then these folks have that more iridescent shimmer. I would say that Atlas and Freshwater look pretty similar on swatch sticks, but I would say Atlas is a little bit milkier, whereas Freshwater is a little bit more sheer and kind of has like a silverescent quality to it. But again, you're gonna love layering with Freshwater. It's so elegant by itself, kind of like the way pearl earrings will never go out of style. You can truly never go wrong with a Freshwater mini. All right, neutral, neutral, neutral. Here is Kitten. And the closest comparison to Kitten in our universe is probably gonna be CDJ, which is from our first collection ever, which is crazy, 2019 spring. Another one from the spring 2019 collection is MM. LHG, named for Libby Glazer, one of the co-founders of Stony Clover. And then we've got ECC, RP, named for Raina Pinchansky, founder of DBA. And then speaking of Stony Clover, KHE, named for Kendall Glazer, who is the other co-founder of Stony Clover. And Kitten is a very special color, the way CDJ, the color, and the person is very special because it's very hard to describe it. So greige, which is the combination of the words gray and beige, is a very good way to think about it. But it has, especially Kitten, but CDJ and Kitten both have this kind of like warmer, taupier, sort of little drops of mauve in here. And it's very easy to sort of see how, even though all these colors are super neutral, they're all very different. KG goes a lot more peachy. MM is much more toasted tan. RP looks like gray, like it looks like cement or like yeah, kind of like a little bit of brown. And then LHG and ECC are much lighter, but both of these have a little drop of gray in them, but also a little drop of warmth. So finding your perfect neutral is a forever fun challenge for yourself. I thought maybe Point Doom would be kind of interesting too, because Point Doom is neutral, but has a little bit of that warmth. And in this, Kitten and CDJ almost take on like a little bit of a lavender quality too. So these shades are all so different, and kind of finding the way they sort of jump out at you and speak to you in different ways for different settings and seasons is the joy of this job. So there is Kitten. Also, of course, like who would not want to have a little gray kitten? Like, come on. Even though I'm allergic, I would still want a kitten. Alrighty, Crown. Crown is a shimmery bubblegum pink. This was such a princess color for us. So Crown was really the only name it could possibly have. Bringing in some other pinks for y'all to see here. There will never be enough pinks, and we will not rest until everyone's perfect pink is created. So big difference here between everyone else in this lineup is that Crown is a shimmery bubblegum pink. So it's a little bit less sparkly, I think, than Presents Are My Olivey. It's a much softer kind of shimmer. It also has a bit more of like a warmer pink shimmer to it, whereas Presents Are My Olivey is like silvery. But again, bubblegum pink, sort of a cool toned bubblegum pink, whereas SE is a warm toned pink. And then Wait Does It Come in Pink and SCL are much more cool tones, so you can see, but obviously Crowned much darker. But if you are here for the pink party, we are here for you. Oh, I can also bring in, let's see, Pink Capis, which in this lineup is going to look entirely neutral. But there's Pink Capis, which is a pink sheer iridescent color. So if you like pink and shimmer, these would be really fun to layer, I think. Stunning. Alrighty, making our way. Speaking of pink again, here is Gelato. Lots of Italian references here. Gelato, cool toned light pink. Bring in Rosy Tips, which is dustier, got a little bit of gray in it. I think closest comp to Gelato would probably be SCL, but Gelato's a little bit lighter. We can do, let's do some Brave Blush. Let's do Rose Valley and then GH. So Rosy Tips automatically looks like purpley gray, which is bonkers. SDL is probably the closest color quality to Gelato. Gelato's just a little bit lighter. Brave Blush and GH and even Rose Valley are much more blush, kind of beige pink instead of this like cool toned pink with a little bit of blue in it. So again, if you have not yet found your perfect pink, Gelato is just the ticket. Okay. I think this might be the last one, which would be sweet because we're ending on such a sunny note. See what I did there? Rise and shine, it is sunny out. So here is sunny, the color, pastel yellow, so beautiful. We have very few yellows in the All in June universe. We have JLR, which is from our spring 2020 collection, named for Jessie Loeffler Randall. If you want to go in a more highlighter yellow direction, we have Lemony Lemon, which remains the funniest name, I think, of all time. And then Bright and Focus from our collection with Nabella and Ziba. Sunny and JLR probably, they're not exact comps. I think JLR is a little bit more yellow. Sunny's a little bit more pastel, or as Matilda says, pastel. But this is a very cool color, perfect for spring, summer. If you are not yet ready for a neon yellow manicure, Sunny is such a great way to dip your toes in. Great way to step into the sun, if you know what I mean. And great pedicure color too. Just a foolproof, stunning, happy shade that's going to truly, like, color has such a power to brighten your mood and change your emotion. So if you're looking to manifest a little bit of joy, Sunny's going to be a great option for you. All right, y'all. This concludes today's episode of the Swatch Show. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble for the past 24 minutes. It's such a pleasure to walk you through these shades. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite, and I'll see you around. All of y'all, bye.